Welcome to another glorious week of They Said. I'm Ian Johnson, your host. I told you guys I was going to do it seriously, because you guys are clowning around, and this is a serious show.
What, because we were called racist?
Let's jump into that. We hope your weeks were great. Apparently we are racist.
Because we're all white?
You're the bigger minority here, you Mexican, you. Just kidding. But first, before we start this, apparently we missed the memo that it was Revenge of the Nerds night. One half of the table got it.
And we're the cool people who...
Hey, okay, we're the ones that pick on them because we're also bullies.
They're the ones who lose in movies.
That's right.
But I can say when I was using the restroom a little bit ago, the poster... Yes, Courtney, I used the restroom. She gave me a look like... What? I apologize.
I didn't know where it was going.
But you have over the urinals. The poster is the Revenge of the Nerds from like when I was like a little kid. Which so I don't think your demographic here really is going to know what that is. But I love that movie.
Yeah.
But it's a cool, like, classic kind of movie. Like, you know.
Did you watch it?
I've seen it a million times.
The movie's great.
It's so good. Have you seen it?
No.
The Mexican version? Again, we're not racist. I love that movie, absolutely. And then I noticed that the people in it is Goose from Top Gun is in it. Yeah, he is one of the nerds. You have to go in the men's bathroom and look over. Yeah, there's a lot of celebrities in this. Anyway. Okay, so we had a couple, we're going to give a response to some comments that we got, calling us a racist.
We're all white.
Which personally, if you do not know me and have not met me, I don't think you should throw accusations about saying something that someone is a racist, because I think that's a very low blow. But the fact that we apparently do not have a lesbian on the show, people of color on the show. Hey, Alejandra, how you doing?
Sorry, I haven't tan, but...
Nobody bisexual.
Nobody bisexual. Which
I think we talked about...
we
talked about the bisexual part.
Yeah.
It's not bisexual.
We have talked about the bisexual. I said I may go there one day, so that kind of makes me bisexual.
Close.
But other than that, I mean, let's be honest. We've put it out there that, hey, we would love to have a lesbian on here. We would love to have a bi person on here.
We've had lesbians in the show.
Before, yeah. I mean, do you guys have anything to say about it? I mean, I find it like, I just don't like being accused of something that I clearly am not.
I think it's stupid. I mean, like, this is bleach blonde, okay? I'm not a natural blonde, and I have a thick fucking accent.
What? You're not a blonde? I quit the show.
I don't know how they can say it's all white people in the show, right?
That's why the name of Three Blondes and Dustin didn't catch on.
I didn't get
You are a blonde.
I think I'm the only real blonde on there, actually. So, I mean, but we appreciate your comments. But if, hey, we're looking for people of color, bi, preferably if they're a bi guy, that works for me. What? It's true. And that's a bi girl, right?
A bi girl?
Not bi girl.
No, there's bisexual girls. I feel like are frustrating. No, not like like I feel like the ones who I interact with more, because it's more of like, hey, you're cute. Like we should like do something. But it's like, no, but I'm kind of into girls this week. I'm like,
let's have a threesome.
Yeah. Have you ever had a threesome
I've
with two girls? Would you ever?
Yes.
I just wanted to see what the reaction was and see if it's a typical like stereotype about the straight guys. Like, oh yeah.
Of course.
Interesting.
I would be nervous for sure going like if having a threesome with two girls.
Well, I would think you would be excited.
I'd be excited and like nervous at the same time. Like that's a lot of
Do you think you'd be so nervous that you couldn't get a hard on?
No.
Well, but can I say, and don't take this the wrong way, I feel like women, when they're with you though, because there's a certain like sweet quality about you that you're not like the typical douchey straight guy. You know what I mean? And I feel like women, and correct me if I'm wrong,
Listening.
But women, this is from watching like HBO, Real Sex, and all that kind of stuff. But I feel like women, when they hook up with other women, it's because of the softness and like, you know, it's somebody that feels what they're feeling. But you are not like a typical like.
He's calling you soft and feminine.
I am not, and by far. I'm gonna pull your eyelashes off your eyes in a minute.
He said, I am by far.
No, I'm not calling you that at all. But I'm saying like you're not the typical like.
You got those qualities.
Oh my God, you're a good guy, is what I'm saying.
Not just in it for himself, but he's in it for them too.
Absolutely.
That's
Well,
what
you
I-
And don't ever lose that trait.
You apply to good guys finish last, right?
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, it's kind of like, I don't know, like I like being the way that I am. Like, obviously there's times where I have been like an asshole and things like that, and
We all have.
yeah, and you go through those things, but
Some more than others.
Right.
I feel like in the most part I try to be a good guy with girls and everything.
Yeah. And that's the thing. The best things come to people like that.
I don't know about that, but okay.
Do you... this one. Oh my God. Do you think that... I mean, would you ever have a bisexual experience?
like with another girl.
Well, no, with another guy.
I'm sorry. And for some reason when you said that, I was thinking like threesome.
Or a threesome.
It could be in a threesome.
But I was like, is there gonna be a guy
Yeah.
there too?
Oh, you would do it with two
Wait.
guys.
No, is there a girl and a guy? Like,
So like,
that's what I was thinking.
Swingers.
Sorry. Yeah.
But would you do that too?
wait, for which one?
both?
Which one are you saying yes to?
Oh.
So
I really
threesome.
want my threesome to be with another guy. Two guys.
You would or you wouldn't?
You
I want my threesome to be with two guys.
Would you
I know
do
your
it,
husband would never go for that.
would you do it? Would you do it with two girls, and that if he
So
was
it's
willing
a
to then do it with two
No.
guys later?
So it's a
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
so there's
You, a girl, and your husband one time, and the next time be you,
And a
your
guy
husband,
in
and
there.
another guy.
To be fair, I would. Yeah, I mean, yeah, just because I'd have to be fair, but it would be really difficult. I mean, because I guess when there's two guys, like it's obvious where like
And the focus is
pleasure
the
will,
girl.
the pleasure will go. But when there's two girls, like someone's gonna be like,
See,
left out.
that's how it kind of felt. Like obviously, like a girl, if they had like two guys, like all
guy
the
thing is
attention's
gonna be
on
for him.
on her, or whatever. But with it's like
But
the
then-
guy has to then spread his attention out. I feel like to the two girls.
But that's what it is, because that would be his threesome. He'd want all the attention on him, and that would be my threesome. It would be all the attention on me. So I guess that's fair too. So
But what if the girl's bisexual? You still get the you'd still get the
Yeah,
attention
that's
from
true.
both.
Well, she would probably be bisexual because.
Not most girls
Really?
that go into threesomes are bisexual. They're just horse, and that's it.
Oh,
I feel like that does happen though. Where I mean, I have friends who've had threesomes. It's two straight girls. And they don't do anything with each other other than kiss, and it's like the guy just kind of like,
It's
switches
fucking one.
back and
It's
forth.
fucking one while he's licking the other one. So
but they're not doing anything with each other.
yeah.
I feel kind of bad for you guys because I mean I would have a threesome, but it would be obviously be with two guys. So I mean it doesn't get complicated for me.
Me neither.
Well, I feel like it kind of does get complicated for you.
Not for me, because I've always been clear. If it's gonna be a threesome, it's two guys and that's it.
Oh,
Would either of you guys have a threesome with a couple?
I've had a threesome with couples.
yeah,
Like a guy-
with another guy couple.
With a guy and a-
Absolutely.
Like a,
Well,
like a
for
guy
sure.
and a girl
With a
couple.
guy and a girl, and it's just like it got to the point where like I can't do nothing with her. So I don't say, bye, girl. I'm your
don't-
husband.
I don't know. I mean, I'm never gonna say like I'm a very open-minded person that I'm never. I mean, I'm not gonna go out and hunt for it. Let's put it that way. But you know, I don't know.
Well, you know-
first I need to get into a relationship and be a couple before I can be with another couple.
No, but like yourself.
defeats the purpose then, 'cause then it would be two couples.
It's you with
Yeah,
the
that would be fun. 4 people.
It would be swingers.
wasn't the question.
Yeah, you'd be
No, you
just
said-
swinging. No, no,
like
no.
if you were by yourself
with a,
and
with
like
a couple,
like a
male
married
and-
couple, like
yeah.
a male female married couple wanted you.
I'm just kidding. I mean, I don't know. I'd probably have to be very intoxicated because I would be completely nervous. And I'd be
Well,
around,
everybody would.
because I'd be around a naked girl, and I'd be and a girl, as I call it, a girl, and I'd be like, what do I do? What do I do? So,
See, the thing is, you
I
gotta
mean,
focus on
I
the
think
guy
it's
and
very
forget
far
about the
away.
girl being there.
no, I've said that before, but I think it'd be very far away down the road and like some vodka.
Sweetie, you are not a spring chicken anymore. You should try it soon.
But I must. But here's the thing too. But here's the thing. Like, you have to be in a certain period in your life for that kind of stuff, and I'm not in that period of my life. I'm not into that whole, like, let me go out and, like, hook up and do that. I've had my fun, crazy sex, like, with random, you know? I'm not looking for that anymore. The whole... Yeah, like, what's the fun in
time
it?
came and passed.
Yeah,
Is that what you're
I'm
saying?
done with it. I'm kind of like, you know, I'm approaching 30, and it's time to get serious. Shut up. So on that note, we're taking a break. And we're coming back. So in conclusion, we didn't really finish our thing, but we are not racist, we are not sexist. We welcome everybody with open arms. I mean,
bitch at everyone.
if you knew 2, 3, I don't know about the 4 of us. No, but we're all good people, so we don't at all throw hatred as it may like show sometimes. But for the most part, no,
we're
absolutely not.
Like bashing on any kind of people on the show, you know. And normally, if it is like some kind of like comment about it, it's like us talking about our personal stuff, you know.
Yeah, and I think like the whole premise of the show was to get different opinions, and sometimes we agree a little too much. So we would love to have like a difference of opinion and like race, everything like that, because that's what the purpose is. So,
and in case you haven't noticed, go back a couple of episodes, and we have Kenny covering for Dustin here a couple of times, which happens to be an African American person, and Courtney's married to an African American person.
Oh,
so.
Why is that not
So that trumps it.
Exactly.
I love that you just said.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on to somber news, because I don't really know how we're gonna like steer away from this. But we are. It's Monday, April 15th. Oh, tax day. And there was the horrific this afternoon, the explosions in Boston at the Boston Marathon, which is completely heartbreaking. I was at work, and of course the Facebook feed is like. At this point, it's all kind of unclear about what's going on. I know that the last report I heard was that there were 3 confirmed deaths, one of them including an 8-year-old boy. And then I have in front of me a clipping from the New York Post that says 12 dead, with at least 50 injured. I've heard 150 injured. I mean, I find it was at the end of the race, like 4 hours into it. Thankfully, it wasn't like when the first finishers came in, because that was the busiest time. I mean, it's still not a good thing, but there was, and I've also heard that there was 3 explosions. One of them at the JFK library, which also I've heard it was a gas leak. Which was an explosion, and then which was a controlled explosion. So
they had a controlled explosion on the street. So there was the 2 main explosions, and then there was a 3rd explosion like a half hour later, which the police chief said was a controlled explosion, but it wasn't, because they found it ended up not being a device. It was like a bag they found, and it was suspicious, and they couldn't figure it out, so they just like had a controlled explosion, like put something there to blow it up, and I think it ended up just being a bag. Like, it wasn't another device.
Okay, so
they were just saying because so many people, when it happened, just took off running. People dropped their bags and dropped all these things. So that's why it took the bomb squad so long to look through the street, because everyone left their things. Because, I mean, everyone was panicking and running away.
Yeah.
But, like, it was so crazy to watch happen. Because I turned it on maybe 20 minutes after it happened. And we were watching, and just, like, the clips of, like, when the first one happens, and the people who are just running and like tearing down the fences and just hopping over there. I'm like, 2 explosions just happened. These people obviously don't know if anything else is gonna happen. They didn't care. Like, there was 2 soldiers in like their camos, like looked like they were just like walking around or something like that, who were just like tearing the things down, and like they were all jumping over there and just like trying to help people. And just like, that was one thing that like I could take, if there's any like thing to take from this like positively, is like just the like how well Boston handled it, and those people did so much for each other without even like thinking twice about it.
Well, and the argument that everyone says is like, and especially on your Facebook feed, it's like how humanity has gotten to this point and people can do this to each other. But then you think about it too. I mean, in the light of this situation, there are so many people. Yeah, there's some asshole or a group of assholes or whatever that are causing this. But then there is like
how many people
that would jump to it. Yeah,
went out of their way and put themselves back into danger to try to help the people who were hurt.
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't wake up till like 3:30 and I didn't notice anything. So.
Did you see it afterwards though, or?
Yeah. I was noticing this thing. Like there was this person that was about to cross the finish line when that explosion went in. He stopped and turned around and started helping people. He didn't even finish the cross line.
There was tons of people who like it happened, and obviously like as soon as it happens, everyone like goes away quickly. But like the first explosion happens, and there's like people who just start running over to where it happened right away.
Can you imagine? I mean, like from seeing like that was one of the first images I saw. Was he? I mean, he obviously looked like an older gentleman. Mm-hmm. To go through the training and the process of doing the Boston Marathon, and then you approach the finish line, and like, I mean, I just did a little 5K, but to approach the finish line and have that feeling of, oh my God, I just accomplished this marathon, and to have this massive like explosion that knocks you on your feet. The pictures, the aftermath of the sidewalk and all that is like what's devastating.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just know that with me, it like made me think about like the people that are close to me, because you never really know like if something's gonna happen and who it's gonna pull from you, and like trust me, a lot of times you don't have a chance to say goodbye. But it just kind of made me think of the people in my life now that are not around me, and you know what I mean? It's really like, I don't know.
That's what's like so sad about it is these people went there for their loved ones who were doing this, who were running this marathon, like, and that's like you said, there was an 8-year-old boy, like they're there watching possibly their parents do this thing, and it just goes from, obviously everyone's cheering for people to finish, and it's just like such an intense moment of like people having like this great feeling to like something so terrible. It's just crazy.
Do you think, I mean, and now this is the part where that I'm really pissed off. I mean, I'm pissed off that this happened, and I do want answers, and I understand it's under investigation. It freaks me out, like, if you, like, I don't know. It now puts a whole nother element of security again, because I feel like 9/11, how everything went into like major security mode, and now this at a public function, it's kind of like any of the marathons, you know, like that's gonna go in.
Yeah, but like what did it, I mean, marathons, but then what else? Like where did it stop?
We start living,
Yeah.
But I think what I'm really pissed off about is that the media, and this goes with, I mean, we have the amendment of freedom of speech and all that, but I mean, this shit is ridiculous. In my opinion, I feel like 12 dead, like, I mean, the families of people who have, like, you know, people in Boston can be freaking out about this shit. Do you feel, I mean, there should be, like, limitations on reporting this kind of stuff if it's not accurate?
I don't even reblog something if I don't check like at least 2 other like sources to make sure that it's accurate. So if they're reporting it and they don't know that it's accurate, that's, and who is it?
New York Post.
That's like a big, you know, it's not just like some little blog or something, you know.
Yeah. The Huffington Post reported at, what are they, 3 hours difference between us?
Yeah.
Okay, so at 2:48, they were, and I was at home at lunch at 1:30 watching it, and this number was it. The number of casualties changed to 2 people were killed and 23 others injured, and then I've heard 150 and then 100. So I mean,
it's just so extreme. And I know, like, I read something that the New York Post had said that there was a Saudi person who was under investigation, and there's like, and they posted that, and then like a little bit later, there's an interview with a police officer saying, I have no clue where they got that information from. Like, they're still looking for everyone. Yeah, everyone who's in that area when it went off, obviously are suspects, most likely. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, because they're a suspect, it's a person of interest. Like, they need to they have no idea what happened, unless you have video of someone like placing whatever exploded. Then you don't know anything. Like, it doesn't matter like who the person is or anything like that.
Yeah, I've heard that Al Qaeda and everything, but I do like how. Oh my God. So as Henry asked, I've heard it's Al Qaeda, and I hope to God right now with like the whole immigration thing that's going on, and I feel like just now is finally when people stop putting stereotypes or automatically looking at an Indian person and thinking, oh my God, terrorist or blah 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 blah.
Well, because they were saying on the news, they were calling it an act of terror, not terrorism.
Well, that's the thing, is that people don't. If you say that it's a terrorist act, people assume you mean a Middle Eastern person like that. That's not what that means at all. But like, someone asked that question, like, can we assume it's a terrorist act? And
it's because after 9/11, that's exactly what people categorize, and it's so sad because people automatically, because of 9/11, sorry to cut you off, but it's like Middle Eastern is terrorist, and like poor people like back then were like facing like this kind of things. Right?
Terrorism just means like you're doing something terrible to strike fear into others. Like, that's what terrorism is. It doesn't matter where you're from, what you believe in, or anything like that. That's just what that is at the core. Like,
Are you guys like, hey? I mean, I hope to God it's not, because I feel like it's going to be a big. I mean, as much as I just really hope, like, for the sake of like the U.S., that I hope it's not an act of terrorism. And I don't know if this is like, well, I'm gonna say it, but I kind of feel like I hope it's something like someone just
some crazy person.
I'd rather prefer it to be someone that's like in the U.S. rather than it being like a like foreign.
A big planned attack.
I mean, it just like the way it kind of happened. I feel like it just seems like it is one crazy person kind of thing, because it was just two little things, 2 blocks away from each other.
4 bombs, and they only detonated 2.
They detonated.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And it's just like, what? And like, it just seems so. Like, I mean, if it is more
not a large level for it to be an act of terrorism.
It's not. It's not someone trying to start a war or anything like that. It's someone trying.
It could be. I mean, you never know though if there's like Al Qaeda still planted in. Like, I mean, but
that's what they're saying. They want to. They keep calling it an act of terror, not terrorism, to not get it mixed and get spread terror to throw people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, and there are those that are also saying that it's the
right wing. I saw that too.
Left extremists blaming the right for gun laws.
I saw that too. Yeah. So I mean, it's all up in the air, and we don't know facts yet, unfortunately. But it's still, nonetheless, we find it. I mean, it's horrible. Anytime you see a travesty in like the U.S., I mean, I know for me, it just kind of makes me think of like the people I love.
The funny thing that it's happening right now is that nobody's thinking about the Koreans, how they're trying to start shit with the U.S. and nobody's blaming that.
No, I've seen that.
I haven't seen anything like that. Yeah.
Wow. But we do live in a fucked up world right now. I mean, but if you have a comment that's not calling us racist or anything like that, please leave us your comments on what you feel about this. We would love to discuss this in an adult-like manner. We will not be like what we were the opening show. But we're gonna take a little breaky break. Okay, because this has been such a lighthearted show, we're going to keep going with that theme. That broke over the weekend, some news about the homosexual who caught bacterial meningitis and unfortunately passed away from it. And yeah, you guys all familiar with this story?
Yes.
Where the hell have you been?
He's in the straight war.
Okay, so he basically, he's from West Hollywood. He's a gay lawyer, caught bacterial meningitis, rumored to have been at White Party, which happened in Palm Springs 2 weeks ago. And then it started becoming this big blown up media story throughout the U.S. It was national coverage that it was the new gay disease kind of thing.
Because one person died from it who happened to be gay.
At the White Party.
Who possibly was at the White Party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now that's...
Yeah. Do you think that the media, I mean, again, this goes with the whole media, I mean, should there be limitations on them?
It's like saying we all got colds on the winter because we all came to the brass rail.
Yeah. The media blows everything out of proportion though. Honestly, whether it be a good thing or a bad thing, everything gets blown out of proportion. It becomes way bigger than it ever should be, and it's because that's just what they do. They find something that they can report on, and they just keep going at it for days and days and days until it just starts something just really unnecessary. Whether it be anything from, like, say, something from a police brutality case or something like that, or to someone doing something in a sport, or like something, or a disease or something like that, everything just gets so insanely blown up.
Why?
I have no idea. That's the reason I don't watch the news.
But you're gonna watch the one that sounds the most exciting, most interesting. If they're like, oh, a guy died of meningitis, next. A guy at White Party is partying with all these gays and oh man, that's exciting. I'm gonna watch this.
That posting you had on your Facebook about the gay guy that got thrown out of the hospital. That's a nurse.
Oh, yeah.
It was a nurse that said it only is getting national attention because of the fags or something like that, right?
Some woman posted that on Facebook.
I mean, I had this conversation with Aaron on Saturday because I was reading, as a person who considers himself an activist, like an HIV/AIDS activist, this is like exactly what happened in the early 80s, where they were calling it a gay disease and they put the whole gay card on it and makes it sound like it's something that only gay men are going to get. And of course what thought in my head, like, of course it went there too, was like, oh my God, there's so many people that I knew that were at White Party and blah, 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 blah. And I fell for the whole thing that the media was doing, which is horrible. And it's horrible that, like, it's still can be a gay thing when there's been, since 2010, 10,000 people have had bacterial meningitis. People have passed away no matter what sex, they were.
Yeah, I just mentioned I had to get vaccinated for it before I went and volunteered at summer camp last year, so...
You can get meningitis from getting a tooth pulled out.
It's like they were looking for something new.
Yeah.
Someone somewhere was looking for something new to put towards the gay community almost. And whether that person did it on purpose or they just made a comment and then someone else who wanted to blow it out of proportion, it happened. That's why, like, you need to think before you say things. But if you're in somewhere where it's going to be put on television or anything like that,
it was a city council member that spoke it out too, so obviously he's getting the heat. But there is for anybody watching, there is a vaccination, but it's a vaccination. So the purpose, and I'm as much as I may look like a doctor, I am not a doctor, but there is a vaccination which is to prevent it. But if you already have symptoms, you are suggested to go to your doctor. I feel like it's like one of those disclaimer things. If you do have symptoms, please see a doctor or call 911.
the number will be on the bottom.
But where?
Call 911.
But where are the symptoms? Because I don't really even know what the symptoms.
Didn't they say, like, my mom said it was stiff neck and like respiratory.
And it's spinal cord, which then goes into your brain. But I do believe, and I could be completely wrong about this, I think maybe where the plug came in with the gay is because I think with HIV and AIDS, I don't think I should say this because I don't know if it's 100% accurate, but I feel like meningitis is a very common I really, yeah. So,
Get your facts and
yeah, I should get my facts, you know.
don't go to the New York Post though.
It's not that it's common, it's that it is
It's just out there. Yeah.
It's prevalent.
amongst everybody.
Yes, I know everybody, but I'm trying to figure the correlation of how they
The
play.
correlation is that it is gay men in New York who have been sleeping together that have been the ones that have been diagnosed.
Oh, because it was New York and LA.
It jumped to posts.
Yeah, which
is exactly what
but with HIV. I don't know. Okay, so okay, we're gonna end this on a positive note. Hopefully, we didn't lose all of our viewers. Events. I have this event coming up soon. It's called.
Oh, me?
No. Dining
That's
Out
the
for
name of
Life is next Thursday. So please check out our restaurants. We have 102. It's going to be fabulous. And we still need ambassadors, volunteers. And I love that P-Flag is going to filter for breakfast.
that morning. Yep.
I wonder where the he said, she said, and the they said crew will be at.
I'm gonna starve myself Wednesday so that Thursday I can just go eat all day.
I love that. Do you guys have events?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Oh, we're planning something for Cinco de Mayo, aren't we? At the brass rail.
Yeah. On Cinco de Mayo we'll have an event here and everything like that.
I mean, it's April 15th.
Bitch, it's 2 weeks away. It's 2 weeks away.
I'm totally kidding. What day of the week is that?
It's a Sunday.
It's a Sunday.
Oh, maybe I'll stop by. Is it a holiday the next day?
I'm celebrating my birthday here, so you must stop here.
Oh, on Cinco de Mayo?
Yeah.
That is going to be a shit show. And, Cinco de Mayo and your birthday?
Look, I might come.
I'm coming with a film crew, too, girl. You're going to be up on the bar with your boobs. And, yeah.
They said.
That's going to be one good show.
There might not be a they said on the 6th of May.
Yeah.
Oh, God, right? All right, producer question. It's been a while since we did this, but the question is... Dustin, feel free to read it.
Are you more apt to dine out at a restaurant your friend is volunteering at, or just because you like it?
Good question. And dine out on Dining Out for Life? Or in general? Or, hey, whatever.
For dining out.
Dining out. So we have, they'll explain, the ambassadors are at different locations, and their job usually is to invite people and all that. So that's the background on it.
I feel like if I had a friend who was an ambassador at like a restaurant that was like a style of food that I didn't really like or anything, like I don't think I'd go there for that. I might go like say hi, and then like go
Have
somewhere
a drink
where,
or something.
yeah, and then go somewhere to a different location like
Where I actually enjoy
where I like
the
really like the
food.
food and like go eat there.
Yeah, definitely. I always feel like I want to support my friends no matter what. So, you know, I'd at least stop by and at least try to spend a little money, you know. Yeah,
You know, you
I
can't
agree.
go wrong with having a drink, you know? Like, let's say, I'm sorry, but I don't like Indian food, and if somebody would be like a friend of mine would be working there, like, for that, and I'd be like, oh, I'll go have a beer, and then I'll just go somewhere else where
See,
I
I
really
like Greek food.
You like Greek?
No, I don't like Greek
Yeah.
food. I was like, if one of my friends at like a Greek restaurant, I'd be like, hey, it's like keep going.
Yeah.
Well, oh, we do have a Greek restaurant. Dang.
No, yay! Yay! You're so excited!
We're not saying we're not going. We're,
Saved my job.
Okay.
we're not saying we're not going. It's just, you know, it's not something that
Yeah.
you enjoy. It's just, you know, still go and support it somehow.
Well, and I think what's great about that is, of course, because all these restaurants are donating sales from drinks, from food, everything, and then like even bars. Like, so if that's more, that's the thing about it is if you can't afford to go out and
Bars.
eat dinner, you can
All
go to a
night,
bar.
at night too?
Yeah, oh, yeah, it goes
I
to
need
like,
to get a list of those because I know I'd go out to a bar, but I don't know about going eating.
yeah, you can go out to the bars.
I normally eat crappy shit or stuff that I make. Yeah, I'll be sure to stop there.
No, you can go to bars, everything. And
You
just
know what?
pull up the
Regardless
guide.
of anything, their food, it's really, really good.
Their little, what do they call it?
Grill.
Grill? The Red Wing Bar and
Yeah.
Grill. Oh, no, Red Wing
Yeah.
Bar and Grill.
Their food is
Hey,
really
that's what
good.
grill means.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I've only been there a couple times every time, yeah.
Yeah, they're at a location. You stop by. So I will be doing one last plug next Monday, and then you guys will be able to announce where you're going to spend to have dinner at. Maybe it'll be an ambassador, and you can go and come see them.
Oh.
pressure. That was not a passive-aggressive way of saying.
Thursday's my only night off, so I had to.
Oh, whatever. It's for your community. You will do it, damn it. Just kidding. But please join us for Dining Out for Life on April 25th.
This is the way you get treated.
Okay, where they said, thank you so much for watching us. Yeah, we'll see you all next Monday.
We love color people.